Welcome to Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa, where the stories are good, the coffee's strong, and the charm is home brewed.
We bring you the heart of small town living,
One story,
one sip,
and one beat at a time. Welcome to Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa. Today is kind of an impromptu type of podcast.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of cancellations where people couldn't make it. So we decided instead of skipping a week, we try and talk about some of the stuff that's going on. We know that some people are in need of food with SNAP benefits being cut off.
Definitely.
And things like that. And there's been some posts on the websites. I know the community page has one that lists a couple of places. I know Tipton did a whole food drive that they did online. I saw a little snippet of that one that they collected a lot of food to do.
Oh, awesome. I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
Great.
it was earlier last week, middle of last week, I think it was. Also, we have the Dare to Care out here, and there's that little food pantry on Main Street that people could leave some food out for.
I was just there yesterday putting some stuff in there.
Yeah, it's a great little box for people.
And it empties out fast.
It does.
It shows you what the need really is in our community. Sadly.
Exactly. And I think we have a copy of the list from the community page so that we can let everybody know if you are in need of some assistance. These are the places to go. If you have any questions because you can't see or you can't hear what we're saying, just shoot us a message. We'll send you a copy of the link if we can, and go from there.
Yeah.
I'll
read through some of these. We do have them posted on our Facebook page, Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa. You can also find them in the Spencer County Community Group. This is a list compiled by the admins there in that group. So there may be additional ones since this list was compiled. Feel free to comment on our Facebook page with those additional resources if you know of them. So, of course, there's free and reduced lunch program for students at school. I think most people probably already know about that one if they qualify, but there's also Backpack Buddies where the school resource center sends food home with the kids for the weekends. You can apply through your family resource center at school. I've got a contact for you of Lindsay Cain at 502-477-0199. The boxes that Steve was mentioning was the have a need, fill a need boxes. Leave whatever you can, take only what you need. Like Steve mentioned, there's the one on Main Street. It's a white box right in front of the Fix-It shop. Spencer Christian Church parking lot has one, we've been told. There's also one on Ray Road, the road that goes by Rachel Park in front of the apartments. There's one at Briar Ridge Christian Church. That's at 3951 Briar Ridge Road. That church also has a food pantry for anyone who needs assistance. You can reach out to them at 502-738-5225. And then there's also a pantry box at Little Mount Baptist Church in their gravel parking lot at 6129 Little Mount Road. I had no idea. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I only knew about the one on Main Street.
Yeah.
So that's amazing that we have 5 of those. Hits a lot of areas of the county, so that's good. Also, First Baptist Church at 115 West Main. That's where they do the Dare to Care on the last Thursday of every month from 1 to 4 p.m. It is for residents of Spencer County only, and you can call for more info at 502-477-8197. The Multi-Purpose Community Action is in conjunction with Dare to Care and taking local donations Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 44 Creekside. And you can call them 477-8296 for more information. They also help with electricity and in some cases rent, water, and additional food. So if you've got to make some tough decisions, they might be able to help you there if you're in need. Of course, Taylorsville Community Church, they are always out here in our community doing so much. They're having food box pickups November 14th, 21st from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that's at the church at 277 Taylorsville Road, right off of Main Street. And lastly, Grace Chapel at 60 Ray Road has a food box every Friday, so distribution starts about 10:30 a.m. So amazing resources in our community, and it always just warms my heart how much our community always comes together when they see a need.
They do. I even remember, I know we had Foodie Fest just last month, and I know that a lot of different places had pickup boxes for donations, and they did pretty great on that drive. That's the one thing.
How well timed was that without knowing?
Right.
Thank goodness.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Like you said, as small as the community is, but to have that many resources, I know bigger cities that don't even have half the resources that we have. But
And if they do, people don't know about it.
right.
I mean, here, this information is out there. I mean, everybody is sharing it and trying to make sure everybody's aware. Everybody's trying to donate to these things so that there's resources for, people to have.
Right, and I know there's been a lot of other people just making pickups for people to drop off and then donating it all at one time. So if you can't even get to somebody, hey, I got some extra food. You want to pass it out?
I've seen a lot of those too. Like if I've even seen restaurants saying like, if your kid's hungry, bring them here.
Right.
We're not going to let them go hungry.
Right.
So amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of great. It's sad that we have to go through this time on that, just because I understand.
And in the month of Thanksgiving. Yeah.
and it
And
might
counting
even
our
fall
blessings,
into,
yeah.
So I mean, at least one of the blessings we can count is the fact that we have such a great community.
Absolutely.
And we do take care of our people. And us, we don't really bring politics onto this show because there's enough arguments.
Right.
And we don't really want the headaches on that.
Exactly,
We're just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to something like this, it's kind of great that we all do come together on that.
I think when families are in need of food, it crosses political boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care what your politics are.
Right.
If you're hungry, I want to help you.
Yeah. And I know there's some people out there that have never been hungry because they've come from a family that can take care of them. I mean, but I've been in a mix of both. So knowing that hamburger helper is all I can have for about a week because that's all I can afford on my paycheck makes it kind of hard, But still, hamburger helper is better than some of the other alternatives.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I remember early on in our marriage, Brian would call me. He's like, I need gas. Do we have money for gas?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody goes through tough times in
Yeah.
different places in life, and everybody needs a little help.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, and there's a lot of people that are strong-willed and said, I will never need that help. I don't want that help. But stuff happens. Look at yesterday with the plane crash at UPS. They were just going to Hawaii to deliver packages.
Just a day at work.
Yeah. I mean, I was out of the shelter zone, but in the beginning I was in the shelter zone. So we had to go and shut all our intake fans off because we could have had that smell coming into the plant. But you don't know what
You don't know what tomorrow holds.
Yeah. I mean, and it was kind of scary. It kind of brought me back to some times when I was in New York that I didn't care to think about.
Sure.
But it's you don't know. You just don't. But yeah, this is a great little list that we did, and I know there's been some more on Facebook where people have been posting. It's just I wish I had more time to sit there and sift through everything.
Right, and find it all. Yeah.
But yeah, if we do find some more places and more information, we'll keep posting that. Maybe Mr. Tipton would be able to send us a list, or somebody else. If anybody else knows anything, just hit us up. We're here to be a voice for the community so that they know what's going on. But on that note, what else do you want to talk about?
So the other thing, obviously, I mean, it's going to feel like a little bit of a hard turn here because that was such a serious topic, and this really is too, but more lighthearted than that.
Right.
But I think with the holiday season approaching, for those who are out there holiday shopping, and I think it's just important that we talk about supporting our small and local businesses as much as we can. I know I always try to shop our businesses here in Taylorsville, Spencer County first. For gifts particularly. I mean, I love the thought of giving people gifts that are, more hand selected, a little more special. They didn't come from big box Amazon, you know,
Yeah. Well, and like yesterday,
I actually
Cruise,
went
I mean,
into the store and looked at it and
Yeah.
picked it up and decided it was for them. And
it's more heartfelt.
it is.
And especially from the people here in town, because if you go and talk to them about that product, they can tell you everything about it, whether they made it or whether they picked it out. Um, it's kind of great. I've been on both sides of the business side where, hey, I had a toy store in New York, and I used to go to the toy fair to pick up the gifts for the year. But still, I went to the toy fair. I went and picked out every gift. It wasn't just somebody saying, "Hey, you need this, 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 and this." No, that's not a fit for my store. This is a fit for my store. So, and even with Country Mart, your own food. There's certain things that they pick that they say this is the only things I want in my store, and it's kind of great. And they could tell you, like I said, you go in there and they could tell you everything, what farm it came from on times.
Especially when it comes to their meat. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I mean, I brag about their meat all the time. I tell people you got to come down here and get because they got the great prices on.
A lot of
it.
people travel down here just for that meat sale.
Oh yeah, when we had the shop open, I've had people come into the shop because hey, this is a day I go to the meat store to get my meat, and
Might as
they're
well
right
pop
here.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they do bring business that way, and it's kind of weird of how they are part of tourism that way because they can bring people in for a day or two or something like that, and then
That's
I
so
don't-
true.
Yeah, you don't think about
Kroger's
the-
not doing that.
No. Kroger, you can go to Kroger almost on any corner, but here you have that one store that you can go into, and hey, I got your meat ready. I got this ready for you. We got this in this time. We didn't have it the last time you were here, so.
Or you can call and have, certain meat cut. You can have it, deboned or whatever, and they will gladly do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not always that helpful at the bigger chains
No.
in wanting to do anything extra or outside of their routine for you.
Yeah. I cut this already. That's yours. That's it.
Right.
When you're not getting anything else.
It's on the shelf or it's not.
Right. Oh, we're out of it.
Right, yeah. I don't feel like going to get it from the back.
Right. But yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of stores on Main Street. You have the Red Scooter, Taylorsville Treasures. You have Huckleberry.
Great place for gifts.
Yep. And even the salons and different, you
Yeah.
have the
All the
massage place
yeah.
out there.
Tribe of the South actually has a boutique inside of there. I think we forget about that one quite
Yes.
often because they don't talk about it a whole lot, but they do have a great little boutique in there. All the salons have great quality, hair care products and stuff that make great gifts. I love to get stuff like that that's useful,
Yeah.
that's practical.
Yeah.
There's, of course, gift cards to all the local businesses. So I think almost everybody has one. Teacup has it. Red Scooter has them. Taylorsville Treasures has them. All the salons have them. Posh Aesthetics, Med Spa has it. I'm sure Jack and Jill is going to have one if I had to guess, and I'm sure Taylorsville Nutrition's going to have one as well.
Yep. Yeah, and then you go all the way down towards Elk Creek, and you got Revival, and with the new year coming on, people start doing New Year's resolutions. You got Personal Best, you got the other gyms down
Exactly.
in there,
Yeah.
Anytime Fitness, so it's kind of great, and Anytime
SC
Fitness,
Powerhouse on Main
Yeah,
Street. I
SC
know I believe
Powerhouse,
they
yeah.
do gift cards. Yeah.
And like even with Anytime Fitness, it's a chain, but it's privately owned.
Right.
And people
It's
don't
a
see that.
franchise that's owned by somebody.
Yeah,
here.
and that's what people don't see sometimes. Because I had a conversation with somebody about the restaurants, and they're like, "Well, I won't go to the McDonald's because it's a franchise, but it's a chain. But is it privately owned? Some of these places, it's not McDonald's corporate.
Right.
It's not Subway corporate. So you just need to do some.
And it doesn't mean that person owns 50 McDonald's. They might own one.
Right.
Or two.
Right. But
Still a small business
it's
worthy
still
of
a small
supporting.
business, yeah, and and everybody's gonna have their good experience and bad experience with everything that you do. The sad thing is you're gonna hear the bad more than the good.
Always.
Because what's that saying? For every one bad review, you need like
10 to wipe it out.
10
yeah.
to wipe it out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and that was another thing we used to say about the store when people would come to the store and what brings people out here. How do you get people out here? Our 5-star review on Google, because we've had people come in and say, "Hey, I just saw your thing on Google, and we had to come out here." I mean,
Yeah.
that's great.
People don't realize the impact that reviews really have
Yeah.
on people's buying decisions, especially if it's somewhere they're traveling to.
Yep.
So that's one of the things, if you can't support small and local businesses this year, that's a great way for free
Yeah.
that you can absolutely do it. Go leave them a review. Maybe you didn't purchase, but maybe you went in the store and you could talk about how friendly they were and how cute the store was and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. That helps them tremendously. Following them on social media, sharing their post, talking about it with your friends and family so that they can help get the word out
Yeah.
that this store exists, because nothing burns all of us, I know you too, than hearing somebody say, "Oh, I didn't know that store was here, now it's closing." Oh,
Yeah.
It's like they've been here for 3 years and they're posting all the time, and I see them in the groups all the time, but how do you not know?
Yeah, and we got some great groups that do take care of your business posts when you put something out
Yeah.
there. You have to wait for them to be approved. People
Yeah.
have lives, so
Right.
it's not going to
Yeah.
be. So if you know something's you need to post something. You need to post it ahead of time, so
Right.
this way it gets time. Don't post it Thursday for Friday, because it might not get posted till next week, and now your sale was last Friday,
Right.
not this Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
And
mean,
you also have to be, as a business owner who's trying to do marketing within Facebook groups, which is a great resource for businesses, especially for small and local businesses. Amazing resource. You got to be mindful they all have rules.
Yeah.
You got to give more than you're taking. You can't just be in there wanting to talk me. You got to get in there and do some helping too, answer some questions, put out some resources, all the things, because we can't be takers. We got to be
No.
givers too.
Yep.
But most of the groups do have rules that you can only post, like Spencer County Community Group. If you're a business, you can only post one time in a week. They don't
Yeah.
care what day, but
Right.
one time. Don't spam the group with
Right.
sales posts, because there's a lot of us in there trying to do it.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure that resources like these food banks
Yeah.
are seen by people that need to see them, and we're not just seeing sales ads all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because then that becomes one of those, well, why do I keep coming to this group? What do
Right.
I see as a sales ad for this place and a sales ad for that place? And then there's some groups that only tell you can post on a Wednesday or a Thursday. And then there is the business page that you can put multiple posts on. But again, be mindful of that.
Right.
Don't just be putting 50 posts in a day because you want to.
right.
So, I mean, we got some great
Every thought you
resources.
have doesn't have to go to a Facebook group.
right, as my wife
It's
tells
not.
me.
It's not Twitter or whatever Twitter's called now. I still call it Twitter. but
Yeah, so do I. They call it that X.
X
thing.
or something.
Yeah,
I just-
something like that.
Twitter's better.
Yeah,
It just,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
because what do you say? You send out a tweet. You don't send that a X.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know what.
X to
I
me
wonder
is
what
more
they do
anonymous.
say now.
They should have just done it anonymously. But yeah, so that's kind of great. And speaking on the social media side, you have a marketing company that you
Yeah.
do, and you have a lot of different companies that you
Yeah,
work
so
with.
we're really gearing up for quarter 4. We're in the throes of it, obviously. We're coming up on the heyday for all retail and e-commerce stores here with Black Friday and Shop Small Saturday. So we're starting to make a big push for that with all the customers. Just got done doing a lot of fun Halloween marketing. Had a lot of fun making some cartoon characters and stuff with Halloween to promote different things. And I mean, I had monsters exercising and everything else, and it was so fun. So I'm looking forward to starting to do that with like Santa and reindeer and Frosty and the whole deal. So I'm just a nerd that way, but I love that kind of stuff. I love helping businesses get the word out about their business, because again, it's one of my biggest pet peeves to see people say, "Oh, I had no idea they were here."
Right.
You drove by it every day.
Right.
You just didn't look. You just didn't look.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I used to tell people all the time, when you come here and you're going to go to Hometown Pizza or you go into the Chinese restaurant, you have your blinders on.
How many people would come over to your store, which is right next to Hometown Pizza, and say, "I never knew you were here. I go to Hometown Pizza all the time."
Right. Or the best would be, I ordered my food. I just wanted to come and look around. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Get to know who we are.
Right, exactly.
I mean, if it's not
Looking
for you,
around's
it's not
the
for you.
first step.
Yeah. I mean, you don't go by the first house you see if you don't know what you're looking for. So, and we got a lot of customers that way where they were just walking by and, they would tell me the same thing and I said, look, I understand. I'm the same way. If I'm going to Ace or if I'm going to State Farm or any place else, this is where I'm going. You put your blinders on because you don't want to be distracted. You don't want to hear a squirrel.
Right.
I only got X amount of time to do
Right.
something.
Yeah.
And your time means something, and it's understandable, but just
Well, too, as somebody who makes a living from my phone and from having people be on their phones, it is such a distraction because I think even as we're walking into stores, we're distracted looking at that phone, answering a text or, trying to quickly, catch up on social media or something. And we're literally walking by things that we're not even noticing out of our peripheral vision because we're looking down at that phone. So it's for me, it's a blessing and a curse because we have to spend a lot more money to get in front of you because I got to get in front of you on that phone.
Right.
When I already have you walking by.
Right. And that's the thing. I remember being a kid, and we didn't have a car. So living in New York, you took the bus everywhere, you took the train everywhere, you walked. So we'd go every Friday. We went to somebody's house, whether we went to their house or people came to our house. It was a family gathering. It was Friday nights, and sometimes we'd ride the bus for an hour to get to one of my cousin's houses, and then they
How
drive.
lovely that you guys did that. Though.
Yeah, it was great. And then they drive us home because it's too late to take the bus or something like that. But we did that, and then we got a car, and now we visited less, and then
You had more freedom.
Then beepers
More
came
options,
out. Yeah,
yeah.
then beepers came out. So now you didn't have to be locked into a phone at home waiting for a phone
beepers.
call. Yes, beepers, pagers.
We are showing our age with that one.
And payphones were out there.
Uh-huh.
So at that time they were a dime, and then they went up to a quarter. And, you'd make your phone calls while you were out. You'd have your little codes with the number, and then 911 call right away, or 411 I need information. And then that became even less times that we were going out, and then it just dwindled down to where we were lucky to see each other on the holidays. You know. And
well, it's really sad because it's the phones and like I always tell people, we are more connected than we've ever been.
Yep.
Yet it seems like we're more lonely of a society than we've ever been.
Yeah.
Because because I see it on social media, I think I know, so I don't reach out to that person because I think I know what's going on in their life.
Right.
Because I've seen posts, I've seen enough. I commented occasionally, they know I'm here, that kind of thing. And so I think it's actually putting a great divide between us. And that's why I think it's so much fun to get out and about in our community too, because you start having those one-on-one interactions again. And especially when you go in these small stores, you're going to talk to that owner. You go into the teacup, you're going to talk to Dave.
Yeah. Dave makes sure. He makes sure, hey, how you been? What's been going on? What are you doing now? But yeah, I mean, and that's part of it is, technology's great, but it's also a hindrance.
It can be.
It's one of those things like, we're doing a podcast. There's millions of other podcasts out there. We're to get the crowd that we get listening to us and watching us or hearing us is great because we're competing against other people that
I've been doing this a long time.
They've been doing it a long time and have paid guests that come on. We can barely buy our own coffee when we need to. We bring our own. And it's kind of great that we can do this, but again, this is the only way we can get into other people's living rooms, cars, or anything else out there.
Yeah.
But,
and that was really the driving force behind, because you were the one that really wanted to do this originally. You approached me about it, and you said, we need another mechanism. Not everybody's on Facebook. And as much as I don't want to believe that from a business standpoint, that is true. Not everybody's on Facebook. And I think as we come into election time and all that, I think people do pull back from social media because it gets, you start losing friendships and stuff if you're not careful. And sometimes you just got to back off of it because people get, so one end or the other. There's not a lot of middle ground there.
Yeah.
So I lost my train of thought.
Well, I can interject a
Please
little
do,
on
because
that.
I totally, wherever I was going with that, it just.
Hey, look, blooper
lost.
reel,
There
blooper
you
reel.
go, exactly.
Finally, it's
Yeah.
not me. But
And I just had a sip of coffee. My brain cells have reactivated.
Okay.
I knew where I was going with that now.
Okay.
So where people start pulling back on Facebook, that was the reason you wanted to do the podcast, was because not everybody's on there. Not everybody's on there all the time. This at least gives somebody a resource that, oh, every Thursday an episode of Small Town Pulse comes out. I can see something that's going on in this community of ours. So that was your big push behind wanting to do it. And again, technology afforded us to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But again, it's also a major distraction in all of our lives. So we got to find that healthy balance.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know, yes, I was the one who came to you with it, but together you came up with the Monday episode of telling
That
people
quick
what's going
rundown.
on. And it's kind of hard to do because so many things happen and we don't get the information until the last minute.
Right.
So if there is anybody that
Just compiling it all
Yeah.
does take time. I used to do that for the chamber when I was with the chamber. And making that one big post of everything coming up for the month.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a book I was writing, literally. And I'm just putting very small excerpts of what's
Right.
going on at these events. Dates, times, locations, a tiny little blurb about what it is, and posting their graphic or making them a graphic. But I actually do miss doing that.
Yeah.
Because so many people in the community were like, I love this. I love seeing this all in one place. It's so helpful. They could share it to the community groups, and there they would see everything that was going on in town or near town in one little post. And so I think we kind of have an opportunity to do that here with Small Town Pulse and being a community resource for the things that are going on in our community.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know,
And we can do that in podcast form. We can do that on our Facebook page. We're sharing that stuff to the groups, all the stuff.
And now we also have a website through Buzzsprout.
Yeah,
that we
Buzzsprout. Yep. So I need to update and add that. So if you're, if you're not really a podcast person, you don't really know about Spotify and all that good stuff. I wasn't, until fairly recently myself about podcasts. So we do have all of our episodes compiled on one website. So we'll add that to our Facebook page so people can access it. So if you did miss some past episodes and you want to go back and listen, there's some great ones. There were some great ones in season 1.
Yeah.
The tourism one was great.
There was some great ones in season 2
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Being at the vet club for with the horses. I mean,
That was a really good one.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I do miss Thunder. But yeah, I think it's been fun meeting a lot of new people that I heard of but never met.
And even still, being out and about in this community, as much as both of us are,
Yeah.
I didn't know about the Veterans Club.
No.
So, I'm still learning new stuff. And I think that's so cool.
It is.
Because I consider myself somebody who's trying to know this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actively seeking it out. And there's still stuff out here in this little tiny community that I don't know about.
And there's a lot of history.
Oh, man.
I'm working on trying to go to the library once every couple of weeks to try and pull out some of that history that I can, because my great resource is gone.
Right.
Teresa Winkler
She was such a historian for this town.
She was. She was. She was just a great lady. I mean, she cared.
Yeah.
She cared about everything. But she was one that would tell me, and if I had a question, I can go ask her, and she could tell me who go talk to, and you want to talk to this one about this, and don't ask them that question; they're not going to answer that question. So, but it was
And
great.
dang it, most of the time she was right, too.
Yeah. I'm so proud of the one time she asked me to find something, and I found it in 15 minutes, and it was
Good old power of the internet.
Yes, it was.
That's when
It was
technology really came through.
It was picture of Fats Domino that at the pool hall down on Main Street, and that's the thing. I never knew that Main Street had a pool hall until talking
Main
to
Street
you.
had so many
Yeah,
things. It
talking
was
to you, I didn't know
crazy.
about the
Yeah.
fire on Main Street back in the 20s.
I think 1916 or
it's
1913.
just-
I can never
something
remember. It's
like
one
that.
of
It
those
was-
two.
it
I
was-
can never remember.
I know it was early before
Yeah.
the 20s, so yeah. The fact that there's a town under the water, and Taylorsville Lake, they moved a couple of the buildings. They had to do a lot of different things, but without that dam there, these floods that we've had would be a lot worse down Main Street. So it's kind of cool about that history. The Stidger House, and I think I'm pretty sure they got the foundation put down, and then Terry Cooper that was here. She's like such an advocate of everything she does. She's bubbly about it. It's
Oh,
one of
her
those things.
excitement about history is infectious.
Yeah, the cleaning the cemeteries,
Yeah.
and all these people that just go and volunteer to help her out. And you sit there, and you got so many other groups here that have a hard time trying to get volunteers, but she's getting volunteers on a Saturday morning to go clean up a cemetery. And some of those people don't have family in that cemetery, but she excites them to come over. So it's really cool. I mean,
Yeah, when you see her love for it extends to you, makes you care
yeah,
about something that you might not otherwise.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it takes too, is some people getting really excited about some stuff and getting the word out and back to social media. That's where it does its good.
yeah,
And helping us,
get the word out.
get the word out and learn enough to care.
Yeah, and it's really cool that we're trying to get some of that history brought back, cleaned up, and-
Preserved.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of buildings on Main Street that are historical
There
buildings.
used to be a lot more though.
They used to be. Used to be.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is.
That's the one sad part about looking back at some of the old pictures. It's like, oh, I wish that building was still there. I would have loved to have had it. But we still have a lot left.
Yep.
There's still a lot of work to do.
There is.
There's a lot of work to do on all the nonprofits here in town, all the organizations that are trying to do some good. So, man, if you're looking to volunteer for the holidays, you've got opportunities for days.
Yep.
And if you want to reach out to us and kind of tell us what you're interested in, we're happy to help you find the right organization that might work with you. But I mean, there's all the food banks at all the churches. There's the Angel Tree at Taylorsville Community Church.
Yep.
So even, some people have more time than money. Some people have more money than time. So however you can volunteer, either with your resources or with your time, there's an organization out there begging for your help. The Humane Society
Yeah.
could use so much help.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another thing. We have a lot of other resources for pets and things like that for being a small community. And if you look across, it's not just our Humane Society that is suffering with certain things. You look across, there's places closing down because they can't afford
Right.
to be open.
Well, and you think about too, if just the need of, people who are having to make really tough decisions in this tough economy, and they're choosing between putting food on the table or having their family pet, the need for organizations like our Humane Society. I mean, it's overwhelming, the need that there is in this community for it. And if we lose it, it's going to be really, really sad.
Yeah. But
I mean, it would be a hit to our community for
it
sure.
wouldn't. I mean, I know. I spoke to a couple of people on Main Street that used to have a cat problem, and they used to have to pick up the cats and bring them somewhere else to let them go, or bring them to the animal shelter, and they get overwhelmed too. So it's not just
Everybody's at capacity.
it's-
We have such a cat problem, and I'm sure all rural communities do as well.
Right.
Because you just can't trap and neuter them as fast as
Right.
they can reproduce.
Right.
So,
Well, that, and also a lot of the rural community uses them as barn cats,
Right.
and you need that feral side of them a little bit.
you do,
to-
but you
to do-
still got
Yeah.
to spay and neuter,
yeah, but
We wouldn't be doing right by Victoria if we didn't say that.
or Bob Barker.
Or by That's right, Bob Barker.
I used to remember watching that every day.
Oh, I used to love that show. It's just not the same without him either.
No,
It was on when I was at the nail salon the other day, and I was like,
Yeah, Drew Carey is a little bit
yeah.
more mundane.
It's gotten too modern. I like the good old 80s version.
Yeah. When even like
I know we're off on a tangent now. Like
Squirrel.
even with Wheel of Fortune, I remember you didn't get the money. You had to go and pick prizes for the money you won,
Yeah.
and that was going to be your gift. So sofa set, or
Yeah.
you know, it was like,
Okay, back on track.
On that note, I think it's a good point to wrap up.
Yes, yes.
We're getting off track.
But yeah, just if there's anybody out there that needs help,
Yes.
that can help, anything that you can do, just reach out to us on Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa. We don't really have an email address, but you know,
No.
it's there. You just read out on the page.
I mean, my phone number is everywhere, so I can go ahead and give that to you because you can find it easily enough
Yeah.
anyway. So my cell phone's 502-387-8660. I'm happy to try to put you in contact with who you need to go in contact with, whether you're needing help or you're wanting to give help. I want to make sure to get you in front of the right people.
Yeah, contacting me would be best through the Facebook because I work all crazy hours and
Yeah.
I don't get a chance to answer my phone. I don't want people to feel that I'm not answering.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, you can do that. You see us in town, stop us.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know my face, it kind of looks like my avatar on
On our page.
on our page.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, I do wear those shorts. I just don't wear open-toe sandals.
Did it put you in open? I didn't even
I
notice
think it
that.
did. I
That's
don't
funny.
remember. I thought it did, but yeah.
I'm thankful you don't wear open toes.
No. I technically got Fred Flintstone feet, as my wife tells me. But yeah.
I don't really want to see anybody's toes, honestly. If we really want to go off on a tangent,
Right.
including my own.
But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of great places in town. Go ahead and step out, visit them. If you can help us out and help other people, and just reach out to
And
us.
just share and help spread the word about the organizations, about the good work they're doing, about the businesses. That costs you absolutely nothing, and it is so easy to do. It just takes a few minutes of your time. You know, when you're out and about and you're talking to your neighbors, mention a great store that you've been in. Mention a great organization that you just learned something about. There's so many ways that you can help that cost you literally not one dime.
No.
And may change our little community.
Yeah.
You never know who you might mention it to the right person who's
That's all for today's episode
you
of
know,
Small Town
got the
Pulse.
thing that-
Thanks for sharing a little bit of your day with us.
We'll be back soon with more voices, more stories, and more of the heart. All right, guys. Until next week.
Until then,
very much
keep
for
listening in.
Keep
Have
smiling.
a great day.
And always keep your finger on the pulse.